Hello my lovelies, it's Fallon here with another review. And I know I'm a little late getting to this review, but I finally read the book. Only took me like 4 months to get to it. But it's okay. Better late to the party than never having shown up, right? Yeah, I'm not even fashionably late at this point. Kind of sad. Here is Magnus Chase and the Sword of Summer by RIORDAN. And I'm not sure if it's Riordan or Riordan, but I'm pretty sure it's Riordan. I like to say Riordan. Oh, like most of Rick Riordan's newest books, this follows a demigod, and this one is no longer a Greek or a Roman demigod, which are very similar godly stuff. And this is Magnus Chase, and we start out with him being 16, and he opens the book saying, "This is how I died." Yeah. So it's definitely super different. He is a Norse demigod, and he finds this sword of summer and uses it to kill a giant within the first 2 chapters of the book. This is not really like news. The giant like rips out his intestines. Gore alert? This is like, well, if I'm gonna die, so are you. And then he stabs him with the sword. He doesn't die with it in his hand, so it doesn't go to the afterlife with him, and he gets pulled to Valhalla because he died a warrior. Everyone basically in Valhalla, though, he didn't die with the sword in his hand, so they're like, "You're not an actual warrior, you're not an actual warrior." And he's not a son of the Norse gods that we know, which are the Aesir, I believe. He's a son of the Vanir, which are like another aspect of the Norse gods. So basically it's Njord, which is the god of the oceans, basically like Poseidon. Freya, who runs the afterworld for the Vanir spawn, which is Volkswagen or something like that. Like it's like Volkswagen is what Magnus Chase says. He's witty and funny, it's great. And then Frey, who is the god of summertime and is Freya's twin brother. So there's really only like 3 Vanir, and he's an offspring of one of them. And we know it's not Freya because he grows up with his mom, Natalie Chase, and also Freya only really hooks up with dwarves. Really cool story. You get to meet Freya in the book, and I love meeting other gods and goddesses. So we meet Freya, Loki, Odin, Hel. I don't think we actually meet Frey or Njord in the book. Yeah, no. Who else do we meet? We meet Thor. And then we get to travel like a bunch of the 9 realms. I have a poster somewhere that I got when I got this book, but I don't know where I put it. It shows how they're all attached through the world tree. So if you don't know Norse mythology, the poster helps. If you also wanted to do like a little bit of research about the 9 realms, we are in Midgard, and then you have Jotunheim, or Jotunheim, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, with the giants and the frost stuff, which if you've watched Marvel's Thor and Loki, it's where Loki's from, because he's actually a frost giant adopted by the Aesir. It all works out. So happy that I jumped into this book for the first time, I guess. Rick Riordan is one of my favorite authors. He's my only auto-buy author, and I've pre-purchased The Trials of Apollo because I'm a freaking fangirl here, guys. A pretty big fangirl. A year for each series, but he's still doing his regular 6-month release dates because he has this one came out in November, and Trials of Apollo comes out in May, and then November, May, like what he always does, basically. Magnus Chase was a hilarious lead. I like instantly fell in love with Magnus Chase. He is hilarious. He's near my own age. The way he talks is like the snarkiness that I like to imagine I sound like, except I probably sound ruder. Some of his overall jokes are just really good. He does some really good one-liners. I really love Magnus Chase. He is distantly related to Annabeth, and she does make 2 appearances in this novel, so if you're looking for that, that's cool. Also, there are some there is 1 chapter title, I believe, maybe 2, that have to do with other books that he's written. Last chapter is titled I Was a Bet, and that's one with Annabeth is in it. And oh, Chapter 48 is titled Hearthstone Passes Out Even More Than Jason Grace, though I have no idea who that is. So it does definitely make some references to some of his other books, and you really laugh at— I love the chapter titles in this book. When I looked at it, I looked at the chapter titles first and I was like, I psychoanalyze a goat. Sounds good, I'm ready for this book. Basically the book is just like a lot of laughing. The quests that they go on, you expect them to go on quests just the same as the Percy Jackson series. And I'm overall like super pleased with how this book turned out. 5 out of 5 stars. Like I'm obsessed with Rick Riordan. Well, traveling through the 9 realms I loved because I love traveling the 9 realms. Like, bring me to different worlds all the time, please. Gods in this I felt they were more real than the other gods that I had read about in his previous books, just because they were a lot more angry, they were a lot more everything. I really enjoyed this book. I thought that it was a solid first book. It did the world building successfully, and I am emotionally invested in Magnus Chase, and he looks— yeah, he starts with a homeless person, so he dies looking like a homeless person, and I'm just like, yeah, I like how you look. I like his little picture, like, that's the cover. It's really cool that Magnus had an overwhelming fear of wolves because that's how his mother died, and I just thought that it made it so much more real and dangerous when his quest was to stop Fenris Wolf from escaping, which, if he escapes, basically causes Ragnarok, and Magnus is deathly afraid of wolves, and I just thought that was so cool and such a great addition to the story. If you're looking for a fun middle school young adult read, I'm not really sure how to label it, definitely one. There's no like romance or anything, so I was so pleased about that. It was really nice just to read a lighthearted book. And yeah, so I think that's all for now, guys. I have to run out to work now, but I'm glad I could get the short video and the short review, and I will see you all soon. My name is Fallon. I post videos every weekend and sometimes during the week when I'm feeling great. And I will see you all next week, so thank you for hanging out with me, all my lovely people.